Hello, 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 hello. I am Katrina Renee. I am your faith based life coach. I am here to help women struggling with childhood trauma to release it so that way they can live the life that they've always destined to live. I am starting this 6-part series based off of a book that I've created, that I wrote, called Heal the Hurt. It's a workbook journal. And in this workbook journal, I talk about the things I went through in my life and how I went through the healing phase. And in this book, we talk about the who, the what, the when, the where, and the how. And this is all about who hurt you, when they hurt you, where were you when they hurt you, what did they do to hurt you, and how long have you been carrying this hurt around. I talk about my own personal journey and some of the key pieces throughout my life that really hurt me and that stuck with me. And if I'm being honest, verbal abuse was the one that hurt me the most. And it's because we always lived off of sticks and stones may break our bones, but words will never hurt. Well, we all know that that's a lie. However, I do start off the book talking about who hurt me. And for me, it was pretty much everybody that I encountered at some point in my life. And the biggest hurt came from my own mother. And that hurt me for a very, very long time. And it shaped how I moved in life. It shaped a lot of how I treated my children in life. And it just created this major part of me that I had a lot of resentment for a lot of people. It affected who I trusted, how I trusted them. And I carried this burden around with me for an extremely long time. And when I say extremely long, let's just say I had went to at the serious stage in my life where I was on the verge of ending it all. And I went to this program called IOP, was an intensive outpatient program at St. Vincent's here in Indy, where I'm from. And meeting with a psychiatrist, psychologist, and a therapist 3 times a week, for the psychologist to tell me one time that I had been depressed since probably about the age of 5. At that time, I was 35 years old. To carry this type of trauma around for 30 years, I literally was just surviving, not living, just existing in a world that I still had no uncertainty of, not knowing where to go, how to go about it. All I know is that my world at this moment was crumbling, had done crumbled. I had so much going on. But at that moment, I had to reclaim my life because I was tired of living the way that I was living. And it hurt me to my core. And just being honest, it was hard. My life was truly, truly hard. And I knew something had to be better. There had to be more out there for me. But I just didn't know how to go about finding it and discovering it. And then I went through a series of more traumatic events, more chaos, more turmoil, and all types of stuff. From 2012 is when I started that healing process, and I didn't become fully healed until 2020. It took me 8 years to heal completely from 30 years worth of trauma that I can actually fully remember. I don't remember everything, but as I go through this journey in life, my memory bank is starting to release more and more things to me. And I guess because I'm now in a safe space and a safe place in my life where I can actually handle it. So Heal the Hurt was one of the best transformation things that I did. And it's a process that I went through. And so in this series, this 6-part series, we'll talk about the who first. And we'll talk about who hurt you. So what I recommend is that you grab something to write with, grab a pen and paper, get a safe space, a quiet space where you can just focus in on yourself and this healing process, because healing isn't easy. It's not. When I went through that last and final phase of my healing, it felt like I was going through an exorcism. I had emotions come up that I never knew existed. I didn't know where they were coming from, but I guess it was because of all the years that I had all this stuff suppressed, and it was just all finally just being released. I went through 3 different phases. In 2012, I went through a healing phase. This is when I had to go have a conversation with my mom and my stepfather to tell them like how they treated me, how it affected me all my life. Then in 2016, was another phase where I had just had enough. I was living with my sons who was addicts at the time. I was living with a guy, Lord rest his soul. He was an alcoholic, and I was severely depressed, not too far coming off of trying to end it all. And, you know, going through a depression myself, just going through just life. I had so many things going on throughout life, and I just couldn't take it no more. So I just packed up my whole house and just moved. I didn't have a place to go, nowhere to stay. I just knew that I had to get away. I had to save myself, to reclaim myself. And then in 2020 was the last phase. And at that moment, that is when I knew that I wanted to hear the Most High speak to me, because I knew he had been living with me and walking with me. I would pray, but I wouldn't sit still long enough to hear what the response was. And so one summer day in July, I was sitting outside with my gazebo, my Bible, and smooth jazz, because jazz is what allows me to meditate. And during that time is when I heard the Holy Spirit say, it's not your action, your choice, and your decision. That was something I was holding on to from some stuff that my children had did, and I blamed myself for it. So I went through many different phases, many stages, and 2012 started it. 2016 was the middle point, and from 2016 to 2019, life just, it went downhill for real. But I knew I didn't want to go back to 2012. So in 2020, when they shut the world down, I did something different. And that's when I started talking to the Most High. And I was like, I don't want to go back to 2012. And so with that being said, we're going to start this journey with talking about who hurt you. So I pray that you're in a safe space. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to just inhale, exhale deeply, clear your thoughts, allow yourself to be open, allow yourself to be honest, and allow yourself to be transparent, because whatever you feel during this 6-part mini-series, these are your feelings are valid, and I just want you to be open, honest, and transparent with yourself. Allow everything to just come naturally, allow it to flow, and allow it to go. And as I stated, the person who hurt me the most, if I have to be open, honest, and transparent, it was my mom. And from the age of 5, if I can go back to how I was feeling at the age of 5, I would honestly have to say that I felt unloved, unwanted, I felt neglected. And then I even asked myself, did she even want me? Did she even love me? Did she even care? Any of that, because I was hardly ever with her. I was from house to house starting at the age of 5. And I had so much stuff going on in that time frame at the age of 5. I had been molested at the age of 5, between the age of 5 and 6. I was living with my godparents, being bounced from my godparents to my grandmother. All of them were alcoholics at the time. I had no outlet, no escape, and I just start suppressing things. And I'll never forget, they used to call me Mouse because I was so quiet. But I was quiet because I had so much hurt going on, and I did not know who to talk to, who to turn to, because everybody around me had their own thing going on. And being the only child, I didn't have an escape. I didn't have an outlet. So I learned to wear a mask. I learned to suppress it. And if I must say that the hurt just kept coming. It just kept coming, and it just kept coming. And I learned to suppress it, be quiet, not say anything. And then I just learned that eventually things will go back to normal. And then something else will happen, and guess what? I will be right back where I started. And until I got older, and then I just having my own children, it just didn't work for me like that anymore. And so if you can think back to who was the first person that hurt you, how did you feel during that time? How do you even feel now? Have you even talked to them about it? Have you let it go? Are you still holding on to it? This is all what healing is about. It's not about pretending it didn't happen. It's not about letting it go. It's not about forgetting it. It is about facing it head on, dealing with it, releasing it, and then letting it go. We can forgive, but we never forget. And I don't want you to act like you want to forget, because forgetting, you're simply just ignoring it. And when you hurt, you can't ignore what happened. You just simply can't. And so along this path and along this journey, things are going to get deeper. It's going to get emotional. It's going to get hard. But I want you to know I'm here to walk this journey with you. And if you like, I have the Heal the Hurt book. It's an ebook. You can actually purchase the book, the paperback, on Amazon.com. You can go to my website, which is pushnow.org. You can purchase it from there. You can purchase the ebook, which is a downloadable. There's even a bundle that you can get where it comes with a 21 prayer book that goes along with the Heal the Hurt book. I've crafted some really great prayers in there, and those prayers in that book is something that I wish I had when I was going through my healing phase, and I had to go through mine alone. But I just want you to know that you're not alone. Your feelings are valid, and whatever you feel during this time frame watching this series, let it go and let it flow. I'm Coach Trina, and I'm here to coach you along the way. I'm here to uplift you, encourage you, and inspire you. And I'm here to let you know, again, that you are not alone. Your feelings are valid, and they are yours. So can't nobody tell you how to feel, how you should feel, or what you should feel, because these are all your feelings. And I want you to embrace them. I want you to embrace them. And I want you to be able to be open, be honest, and be transparent with yourself. Because honesty is the best policy. And if you lie to yourself, then the healing process is going to take even longer. So I just want you to know that I'm here for you. You can inbox me. You can leave me a comment. You can leave me a message. You can email me at info@pushnow.org. Give me 24 to 48 hours to respond. Sign up on the website for the newsletter. Send me your contact information, fill out the contact form, and I'll be in touch. In this healing journey, I'm going to walk alongside of you every step of the way. So this is just the first step of who hurt you. So again, be open, be honest, be transparent, and just think about it. Because not only did my mother hurt me, my own children hurt me. I hurt myself the most, though. And I'm pretty sure if you were anything like me, holding on to that hurt, you're hurting yourself more than it's hurting anybody else. And I remember there was a time when my grandmother used to walk past me, and she would say, I would always be frowned up. And people used to think that I was mean when I was younger. But I wasn't mean at all. It was just the hurt and the baggage that I was carrying around, not releasing. And my grandmother used to walk past me and rub my forehead, and she used to always say, it's going to hurt you worse than it's going to hurt them. And I never knew what she was talking about until I started releasing all those emotions that I was carrying. And that frown went away. I was no longer that person. I created love, joy, peace, and happiness inside my home. I no longer had my house just a house. I made it look like a home. And I felt at home. And I started to gain peace. And I started to be able to love me for the first time in a very long time. I had been depressed longer than I had been living. And that's a very long time. And I don't want you to go through that at all. I want to be here every step of the way to help you heal the hurt. So let's begin. Let's get started. This is just the introduction of who hurt you. And I want you to sit back and think on that piece of paper. Just write the name over and over and over. If it's just one person, or if it's just a couple. Or it could be like me, where there was many. Write the names. Just write them. There's freedom and release. Trust me when I tell you. It's not easy, but it'll get better. Just be open, be honest, and be transparent with yourself. Again, I'm Coach Trina Renee. You can reach me at pushnow.org. You can email me at info@pushnow.org. And I'm here to coach you every step of the way to walk alongside of you in this healing phase, in this healing journey. I'll be in touch. A new series will be dropping every Wednesday at 3 o'clock. So be looking for it. So the who hurt me, the one who hurt me the most was my mother. And I love her to pieces. We still have a really good relationship, but it was just the things that we went through. And I'm okay with it now. I've healed my hurt, and I want you to heal yours. So think about the one, the two, the many, but the one that stands out to you the most, who hurt you the most. And then we'll have instructions later on down the line of what we do with that. So again, I'm Coach Trina Renee, and I'll be in touch. Happy healing, and let's get started.